PS4. NASCAR Kit 4, a new expansion is available for Wreckfest and it is the Retro Rumors car pack. This will come with the 3 additional classic vehicles, which are the Wingman's bumper cars and the buggy. The Wingman is the huge thrills car that is an American classics devotee. As the 1950s, the bumper cars added is the world's fanciest bumpers car that will bring so much carnage at the carnival. The buggy is a rear engine type vehicle that has a classic European design. The Retro Rummers car patch is available for the 3.99 USD dollars. So publisher Ultimate Games has an upcoming Kickstarter campaign for their games called the Deadliest Catch. The main idea for this is just like MTV series on the Discovery Channel, where you will be captain of the fishing vessel on the Bering Sea for the King's Grove fishing season. Players will have to make some strategic decisions from route to choosing equipment in order to have the biggest catch and sale. The game's Kickstarter campaign will be starting on September 16. The anime-inspired MMORPG called Caravan Stories is heading to the PlayStation 4 in North America. The game is popular in Japan, with more than 2 million adventurers resets the dark forest, and one of the many races of the layers get to travel beautiful lands and build your party. With 300 recruitable characters and monsters, there will be a countless stories that you can write as your own, with epic open world raids, a flying fortress, as well as the Caravan. Caravan stories can now be played on the PS4. The latest entry of the NASCAR hit franchise has been announced by 704 Games. As some of you may have already known, 704 Games is the exclusive console simulation-style video games license for the NASCAR team properties. NASCAR Kit 4 is launching on Friday, the 13th of September, available to be played on the PC, via Steam, PlayStation 4, and Xbox One. For those who were able to pre-order the games or perhaps purchase the NASCAR Kit 4 Gold Edition, now has early access available for them. Fortnite's 10.30 update is here, and it brings back the moisty mire to the maps, which now includes an all-new Rift Zone. This new Rift Zone is going to be seen in the middle of the Paradise Palms, and it is called Moisty Palms. The Grizzly Grove is also back, and it can be found near the Polar Peak. Players are forced to dance with a being grained upon by the spicy tacos. The neck sounds LTM. It's also live, and players are able to use the grip relay to dodge, short, and jump around. You can check out the complete list on their site. Hi-Rez Studios has announced that crossplay is now available for Paladins and soon for Smite and Realms Royale on PlayStation 4. Smite crossplay support will roll out on September 17th, while Realms Royale will follow in early October. It is worth noting that while crossplay is already cross progressions and cross commerce or not. These features are only available for players on PC, Switch, and Xbox One. Blizzard has revamped its Recruit a Friend program for World of Warcraft. After scrapping it entirely in June, Blizzard promises the new program will bring more rewards. The more game time your recruits spend, the more rewards you will get. Your recruits can also take on special challenges to earn more. Blizzard did not mention when exactly the new Recruit a Friend program will be available. And don't forget that our password is a B as in Bravo, 5 K as in Kangaroo, X lowercase. It looks like Control may be getting into Alan Wake themes DLC and Remedy appears to the testing it in the games. Content roadmap. The roadmap shows sometimes labeled Event Expansion 2 and the image with the letters A, W, and E. It also shows it will be launching May 2020. Remedy says the AWE will have the players explore a new section called Investigation Sector, where Jesse is tasked to examine and interact with the outer world events.
We're dealing with dangerous unknown forces here. What's the cause and what's the effect? Are we the starting point or just a necessary evil in this? We're on a mission to find answers to these questions. Or die trying.
Bandai Namco has announced the release date for its upcoming open-world action RPG Dragon Ball Z, Kakarot. The games will be available starting January 17, 2020 for PC, PS4, and Xbox One. Bandai Namco also announced that players who will pre-order the games will receive access to a special sub-quest, plus an in-the-game's cooking items as well as playing the bonus content in advance. The game will come in the Standard Deluxe, Ultimates, and Collector's Editions. Capcom's officially revealed its Resident Evil spin-off titled Project Resistance. The game is described as a 4 versus 1 asymmetrical PvP game where its 4 players will have to escape the mastermind who is being controlled by 1 player. The game will be having closed beta between October 4th to October 7th, and if you're interested to sign up, you may do to start in September 12th until the 19th through the game's official website.
Touch Earth? Man, I ain't
NBA 2K20 has had a rough launch 1 week since it officially released. Players have been reporting issues with the games, including the PC version showing the NBA 2K19 on the taskbar. Other issues cited include extended loading times, as well as the other bugs the game currently has. Overwhelmingly negative reviews on Steam. And on the social media, the hashtag Fix2K20 has even trended more players' voice out there concerned about the games. The good news is that devs are working around the clock in order to fix significant issues.
If you want it bad enough, if you're willing to sacrifice, it will find you.
I have a private fridge stocked with kombucha in my trailer if you'd be interested.
Nah, I think we're good. Yeah, we'll just catch you later.
Okay.
We got the best video games deals right here at the ALLKEYSHOP'S.com. First up in our feature free games, which is the platforming co-op action games Dev Rex Galactic. Also today's we get the biggest price drops on the adventure RPG Disgaea 5, complete and the top-down shooter gods Trigger. If you're also looking for the games with the best discount, Hitman is your the best today. There will be more on this to visit our daily deals page now while the offers last.
Developer Massive Entertainment has added a new update named Title 6 to Tom Clancy's The Division 2. This update is geared towards significantly reducing the RNG factor when a player opens loot boxes. It is so by allowing you to target specific loot as zero play missions, complete open world activities, and take on the Dark Zone. Targeted loot will be getting a guaranteed chance to drop from specified bosses, while NPCs and containers will have a lower drop chance.
First blood.
Fallout 76 patch 13 is now live, and its reception is pretty much mixed. This is the case because it primarily serves the players and fans of battle royals that actually invest money on microtransactions, while there really isn't much to write home about for other players. One other major addition is designated public events, where players will be able to fast travel for free. In addition, if you die while participating in these events, you will no longer lose items. A new Fire Emblem Three Houses update has arrived, and it is accompanied the game's second wave of expansion pass DLC. This new expansion features new outfits for a number of the game's characters, including protagonist Byleth. There are also additional auxiliary battles, like Battle at Lake or 2 dates battle in the forest, and much more. Additionally, the update adds a new, more challenging difficulty mode for all players called Maddening. Fire Emblem Three Houses is currently available for the Nintendo Switch. Publisher Toybox recently released a brand new patch for the eccentric adventure game Deadliest Premonition Origins. The game was surprise released last week, and while most things were perfect, there was an annoying issue with the sound for the Nintendo Switch port. The issue was reported, and thanks to the proactive nature of the developers, this patch was released. Now the issue should be no more. It is also worth noting that a sequel named A Blessing in Disguise is expected to be released next year. A new Final Fantasy VII Remake trailer has been released, and it is apparently piqued the interest of vintage Final Fantasy VII. What makes this trailer so interesting is that it features a lot of story detail, including the debut of the villainous Turks. However, some keen eyes have spotted the squatting minigame in the gameplay montage portion of the video, which suggests it will be making a return. The Final Fantasy VII Remake is scheduled to be released on March 3rd of next year for the PlayStation 4.
Thanks. And who are you?
Now it's my turn. Hello, Aerith.
What do you want?
Wait a minute. Those eyes.
So today, Insurgency Sandstorm got updated to version
New World
1.4,
Interactive's
giving us a new
hardcore
map,
military
new
shooter
weapons, and a new
Insurgency,
game mode, as well
Sandstorm
as a
has
complete
received a new
overhaul to the
update.
matchmaking
This
system.
update introduces
So
a brand new
obviously there's
PvP
a lot to talk about in
mode,
this one,
as
so
well as a
let's go
reimagining
again
of the
and
classic
let's find out.
Insurgency Sceneer map
So there
called
is so
Hillside.
much to talk
In the
about in this
PvP
patch,
mode,
it's
which
not
is
funny.
called
So
Frontline,
let's kick off with
teams
the
are
most
tasked
obvious thing
with
to do in
capturing
the
all
versus
enemy
get brand new
objectives
Snowball
and the theme,
called
which
Hillside,
destroys the
which if you're a
final
veteran
weapon,
of
a
Insurgency
catchy objective
2014,
wins.
you'll actually
You will be
probably
required to
remember
employ a
as the
host of
Singer,
strategies to gain
which back
tactical
then was one of the most
advantages
popular maps
to
in the
complete
game.
objectives that
This one is
awards
currently available
respawns.
for all of the versus game modes and for all of the co-op game modes as well, and there's even some special Hillside playlists available this week so you can try it out. And not just that, but there's also some special winter themed cosmetics that have been added in this update as well, which are probably a great idea if you want to stay hidden on this.
If you are a total Warhammer 2 player, you're in luck, as Creative Assembly and Feral Interactive has just dropped a new DLC and free update for the game. The new DLC is titled The Hunter and the Beast, and as the name suggests, it features some ferocious beasts in the form of towering dinosaurs. Legendary lords Nakai the Wanderer and Marcus Wolfheart have also joined the fray as a part of a DLC package, and they bring their own goals, tricks, and units. You can visit the game's official website for more on the DLC. Might and Delight have announced their indie, massively multiplayer online role-playing game, Book of Travels, will be released next year. This will come to fruition should the Kickstarter campaign be a success. Speaking of which, the Kickstarter campaign will commence on the 17th of October. At first glance, you will notice that the game does not pack a punch in graphics department, but this is one of the game's selling points, as low resolution settings make the game easy to run on almost any system. Human Head has announced the official release date for its Viking action RPG Rune. As of November 12, players will be able to channel their inner Viking and engage in bloody medieval battles as they declare allegiance to either Odin, Thor, or Hel. The game's development has not been without hiccups. It has survived 2 renamings and multiple release delays, so the developers must be elated that it is finally fit for release. An open beta test of the Deathmatch and Team Deathmatch modes will run from September 20 to 22. According to game director and chief designer Hubert Zatorsky, Anthology of Fear will be released within the first quarter of 2020. He recently issued a statement sharing that the gameplay will encompass 3 stories, each of which is different and have their own characters, time periods, and so forth. According to the director, the game will be diverse and ambiguous, which is exactly what you would expect from a solid survival horror title. Anthology of Fear will be released for the Nintendo Switch. Mass Creation has announced that Shing will be released for PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch within the first quarter of 2020. For those who don't already know, Shing is a returning side-scrolling arcade beat-em-up, a game. The developer has worked earnestly to drastically improve upon its gameplay with crazy stylish action and intuitive stick-based controls. The announcement was also paired with a gameplay trailer that showcases some of the free-flowing combos, outstanding mobility, and more that you will soon perform. We've got the best of video game deals right here with ALLKEYSHOP.com. First up is our featured free game, which is the platforming co-op action game, Deep Rock Galactic. Also today we've got the biggest price drops on the adventure RPG The Scale 5, complete and the top-down shooter God's Treasure. If you're also looking for the game with the best discount, Hitman is your best bet today. There are more of this, so visit our Daily Deals page now while these offers last.